Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do just real quickly a library haul. I tend to use the library a lot and I always can find something, and some of these books are ones I've had for a little while, and some of them I got more recently, so I thought I would show you what books I picked up because they may or may not be a part of the books that I read and for the future videos for November. So first and foremost, I'm going to show these two. I know for a fact that I've already shown these two in a previous video, so they're going to just be quick and easy. Also, a lot of these, I don't know the plots. I just picked them and said, hey, they look interesting. Let's go for it. So, A Tempest of Tea and Hurricane Wars. These are two that I have talked about last time that I had in like a little mini book vlog video where I was talking about my new little book desk area and some books that I got and current reads. So these are two that, again, got them from the library and I'm still planning on hopefully reading them here soon. And then we'll go with these ones because they are also different. So I got a couple of nonfiction books as well. Again, I'm trying to branch out into different genres and different things and trying to add at least one or two into it every so often so I can not get in a reading slump as much. So we have Damaged but Not Destroyed. This one looks like it was really good. It's also very small and I've already technically have started reading it. So it will probably be finished in November at the beginning. So there's that one. And then we have Find Your Unicorn Space. Reclaim Your Creative Life in a Too Busy World. Honestly, I like the colors. I'm one of those people that I will judge a book by the cover because if it's pretty, I'm going to pick it up and look at it and possibly read it. And then depending on what is inside will determine if I finish it or like it. But this is one that, like I said, I saw and I was like, why not? Next up, let's go over here. Next is Two Twisted Crowns. I finished One Dark Window and I will be giving my review of that in my recap for October here soon. But I finished it and I was so excited. I went to go try to find this at the store and I couldn't find it, and my husband's like, we can keep going, and I was like, no, I don't want to keep looking. It's like I want it but I don't want to like force it. So this is one, again, it's a duology of the, what was it called, The Shepherd King, and so this is the second and technically final book and I'm really excited to see where it goes. Next we got Leather and Lark. I read Butcher and Blackbird in March or April. It was pretty early on. Like it was in the first couple months of this year. And this is the second one. And in a way, I'm excited to see what's going on, but I'm not like jumping up and down to like figure it out. But I did want to get it. So hopefully here soon I will see. And I know the third one's already talked about, so we will see about that one as well. Next, we're gonna go with this one, Inkblood Sister Scribe. I keep seeing this one every time I go to the library and I'm looking and I keep seeing it, and I was like, you know what, finally I was like, I'm just gonna grab it, see what it's about. So this is one that I'm gonna see, and again, I'm a sucker for covers and it's purple and pink and just looks really interesting. So, and it is a sci-fi fantasy and I've been getting a lot of those for the fall, and that's probably what is gonna be the way that I do some stuff. So next I got Ruthless Vows, which is the sequel to Divine Rivals, which I read and I love that one. And I wanted to get the second one, but I was also hesitant because I've heard a lot of people say that they didn't like the second one. And so I'm just a little scared because of that. But I was like, you know what? I saw it and I was like, maybe instead of buying it, I would read it here, and then if I like it, I'll get it and I'll have the complete set, because again, it's just a duology, it's just 2 books. So there is that. And then we have Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This book I placed on hold back when, what was it, July, August, when I was doing my whole little thriller reads, and I finally got it, and I just haven't really read it. So I do have it where I can throw in a thriller in between all these sci-fi and fantasy books that I picked up. And then this one is 3 books, but they're all part of a series. So it is Guild, Glint, and Gleam. This one is the one I first grabbed on accident because I was like, oh, it looks interesting. And I miss the time when they used to like put on the sides over here like book 1, 2, or 3. Like some of these have them, some of them do not. And I missed it because again, I grabbed this one and then I was looking and I saw that this was the second, and I was like, oh my gosh, now I gotta get the first one. And then I was like, well, I put this one on hold, and I put this one, and I had this one, and then I was like, well, I might as well get the third one because then I have the series. Of course, there's like, I think 2 or 3 more books, but I was like, let me start off with these first, and then we'll see. So I got this whole set to try. And then I got Clockwork Dynasty. Again, sucker for a cover. I can't help it. This one looks so interesting. It looks like one of those steampunk like video games and stuff. This one also is sci-fi fantasy, but it's like a different look on here, so I don't know if it's from a different one. But again, this one looks like it's super interesting, and I'm just a sucker for a pretty cover. And then this one is the Foxglove King. I have started this a little bit and then I kind of stopped because it's kind of hurting my brain a little. And so I went to a different book with slightly similar things going on, but slightly not. And yeah, I believe this is like a 2-3 book series. It's called The Nightshade Crown. Look, this one tells me book 1. That's why I also got it. It's because it said book 1. There's another one that looked like this one. That was book 2, and I was like, well, let me get book 1 first. Sometimes my brain works different ways. Like I said, I got the whole part of the series for 1 book. And I stacked them all up, and of course they're tumbling down. But I got the whole series, or a good chunk of a series, for 1 set of books. I got 1 set of books for a series, like I said, the chunk, and then the other ones I'm like, let me wait. Because sometimes too, I know that all these books, I'm not going to read them. It's like a TBR. Again, you have it there, you're looking at it, you're like, I should be reading my TBR. I won't, but I should. So, and then this is my last book, and this one I for sure am going to read because I'm really excited. And I got it because of a booktuber who kept posting about it and sharing it. And then I laughed because recently I saw the video where not only did she read it, but her and her husband were buddy reading it. And I was like, and plus I've been wanting to read a book by this author. I just didn't know where to start. And again, this might not be the best start, but I mean, it's a jump in it because again, I'm scared and I'm hesitant and stuff. And that is Fairy Tale by Stephen King. Again, I have never read a Stephen King novel, and I didn't know where to start. But I saw that Ashlyn Goobly was reading it, and then I saw the video of her and her husband reading it, and her husband reads a lot of Stephen King's, and he said in the video that this is a good kind of start maybe into Stephen King, but it's more like a fantasy kind of one. So I am definitely going to be reading this probably in November, but I don't know when, but it is definitely going to be read because I want to read it. So, but like I said, those are the books I have. Again, it's not a TBR video. Again, it's a library haul, but I'm pretty sure a good chunk of these books are going to be read in November. And I'm probably not going to do a TBR because sometimes too I feel like TBRs, like, they like make me feel bad because I want to read the books that are on my TBR, but then I also don't sometimes. or I get like really good at like reading a good chunk of them, and then I'm like, I don't want to read anymore. I get in a slump, but not like a book slump, more like a I just don't want to read slump. Like I don't want to read the books on my TBR slump. I want to read these other books. Or then my kids and my husband are like, hey, read this book instead. And I'm like, that's not on my TBR, and I want to read my TBR. So I get very confused and fuddled, and I just don't know what to do. So that is that. I again have a large pile. Let me see if I can lift it. Oh my gosh. Of books. This isn't even all of them again for the library haul. They tumbled over, but that's a good chunk of them. But yeah, so that is what I'm going to do. Tell me again if you've read any of these books, what your thoughts are, if you're going to be reading some of these books and stuff. Like I said, a lot of these too are like the end of series, or like, again, part of a series, and I'm like, I'm scared to finish them or to even start more. So there is that. And as always, if you guys like what you see or what you watch with me, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye.